This is Radar for On the Radar Entertainment Blog, coming to another edition of Movie Reviews and Observations, number 59. So I ran out of DVDs due to some bureaucratic things at the Skokie Public Library with blocks on my account, so no interloans, no regular. Then once something came in, I wasn't able to get it. So the two last physical copy movies I had were Alone and Proxima. And the thing about the movie Alone is, it's saying how it's a great movie, but this is basically a plot they've done before. A woman has to get away from her past. These people on the side of the road are harassing her, and she's afraid she's going to get kidnapped. Well, guess what? It happens. She gets kidnapped, and she's trying to survive, and this creepy guy is coming after her, and that's really what it is. Her just trying to run away from a creepy guy. Been there, done that. It's only 97 minutes, so it saves you the time of watching a long movie. But overall, don't watch the movie Alone. Then I watched the movie Proxima, and I'm saying to myself, Matt Dillon. I'm a huge Matt Dillon fan, especially Wayward Pines and a bunch of other movies. Eva Green, she's a pretty good actress. And I'm like, it's going to be cool because it's about this woman who, single mother, she's going to go to space, and it's all this crew and all this stuff, and they're showing how she prepares for it. And you're like, okay, cool. Then you're like, okay, it's not that long. It's an hour and 40 hour, 50-minute movie, and you're saying to yourself, wow. That is a good, not a long movie, and it's a science fiction movie. But then I go say to myself, wait a minute. Just wait 1 minute. Why does the library have the drama sticker if this is a movie about astronauts and going to space? Well, you would be right. The library actually got the description right on this movie because it was super, super, super boring. Talky, drama. What you gonna do about her baby and her daughter and all this other crap. And it's just like, I was like, how is it certified fresh by Rotten Tomatoes? This movie is horrible. And it was not that it's horrible because it's a drama. It is nowhere does this tell you that it's a French movie that everybody, essentially except for Matt Dillon and maybe one or two bit characters, are all speaking in French. Most of the people are speaking French. She's speaking French. And I'm saying to myself, why didn't the library put a foreign sticker on there with the word French? Because then I would at least been warned that I'm watching a foreign film and I only have two choices, a foreign film and a really bad drama. And this was also a bad drama. But it's like, at least I would have warned. Because when you're watching it, all these subtitles come up and you're just like, do I really want to watch these subtitles? I was not warned. I'm not really interested in doing that. So I read them and it was just like, it doesn't matter. It's a bad movie. So that's what I did. Those are the two movies that I watched. Then I had to use somebody's account on Netflix to watch a movie because I was like, I need to watch a short, movie. And it's a kid's movie, so it's going to be stupid and dumb, but at least be funny. The problem is this Bobbleheads movie, even though it's not that long of a movie, it is horrible. There's the Lego movie, that's great. Okay? I really enjoyed the Playmobil movie. And even the Emoji movie was okay. But this was an hour and 20-minute movie disaster where the biggest stars in the film are Brenda Song voicing one of the Bobbleheads, Luke Wilson voicing a dumb fat idiot, Carrie Payton, who's known for voicing Cyborg and other good roles, voicing another bobblehead, Greg Griffin, who's a voice actress that lots of people know, and then Cher voices herself as a bobblehead. And the movie is, they protect their people. The parents go away, the children go away, and the brother, who's played by Luke Wilson, comes to town, promises his girlfriend that they're going to steal stuff, a bobblehead, to get money. This woman's all about money and cash. She steals stuff. She's a horrible human being. And the bobbleheads come to life, and they try to get them out of the house, blah, 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 blah. And it's like that. Okay, fine. But this was horrible. It was luckily only an hour and 20 minutes at most. But again, why did Cher have to be in there? There's no point. It's just like, no offense to Brenda Song and Luke Wilson, and even to Carrie Payton and Greg Griffin who do voice acting, they should not have wasted their time on this movie, The Bobbleheads. And if I was able to get the physical copy from the library, then I would have showed that I watched it, but it doesn't matter. It's a movie about bobbleheads who protect their owners and their people, and it's just not that great. Then I watched 3 documentaries because I had to turn to Hoopla Canopy, the 2 websites that the Skokie Public Library lets you rent stuff for free. The first movie I watched was The Dog Doc, and it's an hour and 40 minutes, but it's very informational. It's basically how your dog is sick with cancer, something wrong with you, and the vets tell you you gotta die, it's gonna die, you gotta remove a limb, all this other stuff. But there's the doctor named Dr. Marty Goldstein, and he offers holistic ways like vitamin supplements, changing the diet, cryogenics, cryotherapy, all these different things. And he doesn't say he cure cancer or saves the animal, but the life expectancy goes up multiple years. It was all about all the people that come to him, all the people that hate him, all the current people that come in. And it was sad. It was emotional. There was a lot of gory, surgery stuff. But overall, interesting. I learned some new stuff, and it was educational. Then I watched the documentary, which unfortunately for me, I was like, why did I watch a documentary that came out 5 years ago? It was called Sidemen, Long Road to Glory. It was an hour and 20 minutes, so it's not that long. Basically, you get famous with like Muddy Waters, Fats Domino, you name it. But this was about specific people. Piano player Pine Top Perkins, drummer Willie Big Eye Smith, and guitarist Hira Sumlin. All of them were sidemen to, Howling Wolf and Muddy Waters, all the famous people, and people forget about them. People like Jimi Hendrix modeled themselves after Hubert Sumlin, and the Rolling Stones and other artists really wanted to pay tribute to these people, and they mentioned who sang them, but nobody gives them recognition. They're not in the Hall of Fame. So the movie's about all the sacrifices they made to be sidemen instead of the frontmen, and how they need some glory, and they actually won eventually Grammys and things like that. So it was good. It was very educational, but at the same time, it's like it's 5 years old. Why is it considered a new thing on the Wikipedia list? It doesn't sit with me. Then I watched Saul and Ruby's Holocaust Survivor Band, which is an hour 20 minutes. And basically, Saul Dreher and Ruben Sassenowitz form a klezmer band, perform around the world in memories of those who passed the Holocaust. They get other Holocaust survivors, their children. They meet other people. They went to Europe, all the other stuff. And it was just nice to say that we're still alive. We weren't distinguished. Our children are going to live on. They're going to continue the generation of playing Jewish music, and this specific Jewish music. And as a Jew whose grandfather was a Holocaust survivor, I take it very seriously about the Holocaust. It was a very good. I just like to watch Holocaust movies, even if it's loosely based. But this one's a documentary about a band. It was very nice, very gentle. I would suggest you to watch it. And then the last thing that I watched was the movie Trigger, and it's this horror film that you can only find online. And it basically, supposedly these high school kids got this teacher fired, and then his son supposedly died, I think, because his father was a high school teacher. And they're all in the woods, hanging out for like a reunion. And somehow one of them is used to trick the other one into coming to the woods and hanging out, not staying at a hotel. And then they all get knocked out. Vests are attached to them because he's a science teacher. He has it set up to their heart rhythm, and they got suicide bombs to their vets. And only one's going to survive. And the whole movie is them turning on each other, people blowing up, people killing each other, somebody's parents being involved, people cheating, finding out people are cheating on them, all these drama and things like that. And I'm like, I don't know anybody in the movie. The only positive thing is like a 90-minute movie, and they could cliches a horror film where like the only way to survive is everybody's got to die. One person survives, plot twist of who survived, what's brought to light. But overall, this was a bad week of watching movies because this horror film was horrible. It's not that I had the Holocaust Survivors Band, the Dog Doc, or even the Sidemen Long Journey was 5 years old were bad documentaries. It's just I turned to watching 80 to an hour and 40 minute documentaries for Hoopla Canopy because that were my choices. I had plenty of movies to choose from Hoopla or Canopy or Netflix as somebody's account, but it just seemed like I just might as well get these out of the way first. And the two movies I physically had, Proxima did not warm me. It was a French movie and it was really boring, and Alone was not a great, her surviving from somebody trying to kidnap her and get away from the kidnapper. And the Bobbleheads movie was one of the worst kids movies I've ever watched. So if I had to pick which was the best one I watched, was decided between the dog documentary, the veterinarian documentary, the Holocaust Survivor Band documentary, and the blues artist who didn't get their recognition until too late. Like, the documentaries were the best things I watched. That's not a good week of watching movies, but yes. Definitely watch Sidemen Long Road to Journey, The Dog Doc, Holocaust Survivor Band. Do not watch Proxima, Alone, Bobbleheads movie, or Trigger. If you have children, sure, put Bobbleheads movie on. But that's all. Thanks for listening to another edition of Movie Reviews Observation, number 59. For On the Radar Entertainment Blog, I'm Radar. See you guys next time.